Hello everyone, Asmo here, and today I'm going to share with you some of the steps that I have already taken to make a bunch of mirrors in the 326 Secrets of the Atlas expansion in POE 1. This league I've decided to take a very different approach, and it is definitely not for everyone, but I am going to try focusing purely on making currency. So this league you will not see a new league starter build from me, because I will be starting with the exact same build that I did last time, the Penance Brand Inquisitor. The build has been slightly buffed and all of the POBs from last league will work just fine, so if you're interested in playing that build or farming Sanctum, you can check out my 325 videos that will hold your hand to your first mirror if you follow them. Also, if you're looking for the cheapest league starter that doesn't even need a 5 link and can quickly complete Atlas and start farming T16 strategies, then I highly recommend the Soul Rest. It's been giga buffed, and if I didn't already practice leveling Inquisitor so much, I would be definitely playing Soul Rest instead. And before I go over my plan, let me also mention that all of my loot filters will be updated for the new POE 1 patch shortly before the league starts. So all of the qualified patron members will have access to them as usual, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Now for the actual plan. Making a lot of currency begins before the league. About 3 weeks before the league launch, I have already started making my database. It contains things like observations of economic trends for individual items and item types, potential investments to look out for and their typical prices, and this type of information can be derived from POE Ninja, POE Antiquary and POE Watch. So if you want to find these things out for yourself, that's where you want to look. And the database also has crafting techniques, crafting recipes, popular items to flip and their price breakpoints. I've also made profit calculators for 4 different types of gem corruptions, calculators for divination cards, for 6 linking to find the most profitable out of all 6 linking methods. I've divided the crafts, flips and investments based on the required amount of currency to start doing them, as well as best times of the league to do them. And I even set up my stash tabs with exchange rates for flipping through trade orders already pre-typed, so I don't even have to think about it later. Researching how the meta is shaping, going into all popular POBs and finding the possible places to profit, it's a huge amount of work and most people are not willing to do it, but I am essentially earning my currency already before the league has even started. So that's what I'm doing before the league start. But what about when I actually log into the game? Well, first I'll be rushing through the campaign to Act 10 and level 60. As soon as I hit 60, in about 3.5 hours into the league, I'm going to be farming Heist until level 67 for Raw Chaos and Chaos Recipe. Since there will be no items to flip yet at a large scales, then I will move on to farming Merclub from level 67 to level 70, and this will let me level up my main skill gem to level 18 or 19, and I will be already geared up in about 50 to 100 C worth of cheap and efficient early gear. That will be pretty much all of my investment into my character for a very long time. After the Merclub, I will assess the market, and if there is nothing worth flipping yet, then I will do a little bit of early Sanctum if it's not too nerfed. And if the Sanctum is nerfed, then I will simply enter maps and start collecting the crafting recipes and building my betrayal board instead. By the time I have the harvest unlocked and some basic crafts, there should be already enough items to start flipping. I have developed a system for myself to efficiently search for items that will allow me to go through a large amount of saved trade filters that I have already prepared, as well as use the maximum allowed active trade searches to flip and snipe a lot of items, starting with cheap items and gradually increasing the cost as I accumulate more currency. And however many divines I'll make early, I will invest all of it into crafting materials and also any of the valuable investment snipes that I'm able to get. The investments will sit in my stash for a week or 2 before I cash in on them, getting at least 10 times my money, and the crafting materials will be used the next day. So on day 2 and 3, I will have a large list of potential cheap crafts that I will keep pumping out. I will see what sells and then focus on crafting more of that, and I will keep flipping things that have the highest margins in the meantime at the same time as well. So at the end of the day, I will again fully invest all of my my currency into crafting materials for the future crafts that I have planned, and I will keep scaling my currency. And the important thing to keep in mind here also is that most people early on don't have a lot of currency, so for the first week it's better to focus on crafting the cheaper items, and then after that craft the larger crafts, the more expensive crafts, maybe on the second weekend, because otherwise they will sit in your stash for too long and they will not be selling quickly early on. So combining all of this, the crafting and flipping, with investments that can 10 times my money in a week or two, should be able to scale my currency to multiple mirrors in the first couple of weeks. But of course, I might also fail, I might get stuck, or the economy might go sideways somehow. Nobody can predict everything that will happen, but I like taking on new challenges like that and trying completely different ways of playing the game. So no matter the results, this is what I will be doing, and I will report on my results, of course, in a video during the league. So the nature of these strategies, unfortunately, is very limited in volume. So I cannot share directly what I'll be crafting and flipping, because if I did, then you wouldn't even make money on them, and so it would be completely pointless. But if I am successful, I might set a very strict limit on the highest patron tier or something and share my database and trade filters with a very, very limited number of people in the future. We'll see, that depends on the results that I get, but that is my plan for the Secrets of Atlas expansion. What is your strategy or plan for the league? Let me know in the comments below, and I wish you good luck and lots of fun with it. See you next time.